Hey y'all, I just wanted to welcome y'all back to another episode of this podcast. This is a special episode. Y'all know I usually don't do these. I only do bonus extras or bonuses during only extreme times of which I have like a strong opinion on something. But after fully coming to terms with everything that has happened over these past few months, and I'm not gonna lie, it's still hard, y'all. It's still hard. Oh, and just to be clear, we do return. The episodes will start returning back on March 31st. So episode 21 and on, and the rest of these episodes will be coming out on those days. But yeah, it's been after dealing with what had needed to be dealt with. You got TikTok being banned, the Supreme Court upholding it. The Supreme Court is useless as always, a Trump appointed Supreme Court, so that doesn't really even surprise me. But what I will also say is this: as much as I am trying to come to full terms with everything that has happened, it has been extremely hard and extremely tiring and very disappointing watching and seeing how things have played out over time. And what I will say is this: I was watching a video on TikTok, and it was from the Democratic Forum, and the man was talking about how the biggest reason of why this election was lost was because of the messaging around how things went. And that wasn't really the main part. I don't want to put all the blame. That's just one of the biggest parts. Don't get me wrong. Because if it's one thing I've noticed throughout this whole election, is that a lot of misinformation and a lot of dishonesty has definitely been flying around. It's definitely been flying around this election. That's true. That's very true, actually. And it's sad because some people are very gullible to believe them instead of doing actual, research to figuring out that that's not the case, which is sad because people choose not to do research nowadays. They just choose to believe anything instead of doing, deep research on things before they just start assuming stuff and believing random and just bold-faced lies. And so it is sad, it is disheartening, it is disgusting, but it's not surprising at all. But what I will say is this: when it comes to Biden, because like I said, I love Biden. I thank you for all that you've done all the service that you have done. Like he says, only time will be able to tell what great things he's done. Because one thing, MAGA, because it's not even the Republicans anymore. MAGA is the new Republicans, unfortunately. When it comes to MAGA, one thing they're going to do is they're going to take for credit everything the Democrats have done. And we know this firsthand. I don't have to really go too deep into that. Number two is that I love Biden so much. And like I said, I don't want to put the blame on Biden when it comes to this, because I don't care what anybody says. He's done his job, and he's done his job, and he's done his service. So I don't want to fully disrespect that man. But what I will say is this. He should have dropped out earlier than he did. But because his ego stepped in his brain, he decided, you know what, I can run for another term, which unfortunately just wasn't going to happen. And like I said, I don't want to put the blame on him because it isn't all his fault. It's not his fault for what happened. I'm not gonna put it all on him, but what he did do some significant damage. We're not gonna just ignore that. Biden should have stepped down earlier because one, I keep seeing people constantly criticizing this woman, saying, "Oh, you don't do this, blah blah blah." Y'all know where her policies were. Y'all just didn't want to take the time to look it over because she's a woman. So you didn't care either way where her policies were. She's a black woman, and you can say, "No, we don't. We had a black president. Just because you elected a black president doesn't mean that you don't have the brain to comprehend that you still may not want a black woman. That doesn't mean that. So I hate when people try to use that. Oh, we voted a black. No, that's like me saying, I'm not racist because that's like if I was white and I'm saying, oh, I'm not racist, I have black friends. What? Please stop saying that, because that crap doesn't work. It doesn't. It does not work, and it's annoying. I hate when people say when people say stuff like that, because it doesn't work. Kamala only had 100 days, and with the time that she did have, she did make the best and most of all of it. I mean, and still got a good amount of votes with literally less of time compared to what Hillary had. Because Hillary had a lot more time than, obviously, because she ran from the very beginning. She only had 100 days because Biden decides, let me drop out late. And like I said, I know it sounds like I'm going in on him, but I'm not. I'm trying not to, because he decided, let me drop out late because I realize I can't do this. And because of that, he threw her out in the deep end, which even though she could handle it, still, because it's like, why would you wait this long when you could, you knew that you was a one-term only why didn't you just step down earlier? What? So that was a big mistake on his part. Another one is a lot of the dishonesty that's flooded online when it comes to Kamala and all of that. And people disrespecting her accolades and everything that she's done for the country before and people not recognizing that this woman has been in every branch of government. I feel like people don't understand that. She has been in every branch of government. So for those who keep forgetting that and saying that she doesn't have any experience and that she's underqualified, you're lying. You're lying, babe. She's just underqualified to you because she's a black woman. And you can say all you want. It's not because she's a woman. It is. This country is very misogynistic. I don't care what it is. Especially after all the stuff when he won and how people were saying, your body, my choice. Yeah, we're not going to do that. There are plenty of misogynistic and racist people. We not finna act like they don't exist, because that would be lying. And it's sad. It's sad. It's disappointing, but not surprising, because it definitely doesn't surprise me, considering all that has happened within this country. It really doesn't surprise me at all, to be for real. But it was a shock that people chose stupidity over opportunity for everyone. But that shows me that you want it to be specificalities on who gets to have opportunity based off you voting for this man. And like Biden said, people talk about when they heard his farewell address, people were like, oh, well, I'm concerned this and that. You weren't. You're not. Now you're concerned because Biden is concerned. Because now he's showing that he's concerned, which let's be for real, even though we all knew Biden was concerned, let's be so for real. We all knew. Let's be so for real. We all knew Biden was concerned. He may not have been saying it with his mouth, but we all knew that he was concerned with what was going on. That was never a surprise. But when it actually came out his mouth in his farewell speech, that's when other people want to start getting quote unquote concerned. I can't. You should have, if you were so concerned, you should have shown that at the even though I still think it was an interference, don't get me wrong, because the only reason why Trump ran for president was to avoid getting time for his indictments and all of the stuff that he was getting into. And now that he is a convicted felon, he doesn't have to serve any time because he won the election. His whole team is smart. I got to give it to him. When it comes to getting around the law, when it comes to finding a way to get around the law, his whole team know how to do that. So I got to give it to him. He was smart on that play by running again so he wouldn't have to. I got to give it to him on that. He's a good criminal. I got to give it to him. But the fact that y'all think that this man cares about y'all for real, when he just uses y'all as puppets, the only reason why he ran was because of the stuff that he gotten into. And the thing is, this man could literally and when I say literally, I mean literally destroy this country, and y'all would still praise this man like he's a god. And that's the sick part about it. Now you got TikTok getting banned, and now you got people crying and saying, oh, we can't. And it's sad because it's like, it's one thing after another. It's one thing after another, man. And it doesn't get any better. And I'm hoping and praying that Kamala decides to run again. Because I don't care what anybody says. I go based off of the example and what she shows, which is that she not only has class and grace and shows empathy, but she's also shows that she's human and that she cares. Trump, on the other hand, well, we already know what he cares about and what he's known for doing, especially to women. So I'm not going to get into that. So I'm hoping that she runs again because she deserves to be president. I don't care what nobody says. She's the perfect example of what a president should be. If there was no misinformation being spread around easily and so effortlessly, and then you got Facebook checking out fact checkers, it's just so much stupidity going on. It's too much dumb going on. But that's what y'all asked for. That's what y'all wanted. Sadly, it's really sad. This country is just a joke and pathetic. It really is. And it cracks me up because this man's inauguration is on MLK Day. Just insane. Oh, man. An absolute embarrassment. His own team even said that if he had a second term, it'd be the worst thing ever. And y'all still chose to be stupid and put him back. I don't get it. I would never get it. I would never get how y'all allow stupidity to be allowed. Because, baby, once them tariffs go into place, I'm going to feel bad for y'all. Because, baby, when I tell you them taxes going to be taxing, baby, them taxes is going to be taxing when he put them tariffs into place. It's not even going to be funny. It's really not going to be funny. But that's what America wanted. America wanted a leader like that. Because that's what America will always represent. Stupidity. Now, people across the country making fun of us, talking about we stupid. And I don't even blame them because they ain't lying at all. It is. It really is. It's disappointing, but like I said, it's not surprising. But like I said, the country rather be stupid. Just has to choose stupidity. And I don't understand how and why. I could never understand how and why. Yeah, well, thank you all for listening. And hey, y'all, I'm back. Y'all know that y'all didn't know I've been recording this episode in sections and like day by days because it's been just a lot going on. And so, we are here within this Trump and Vance horrific, and when I say horrific, I mean horrific administration. Things have just been going down south faster than I just didn't expect. You got Trump firing people, removing the 1965 law that Lyndon B. Johnson has set in place. It's been so much going on. And it doesn't surprise me that a lot of people on the right of politics don't care about, how this affects black people and stuff like that. I'm not surprised that they don't care about that. That's never been a surprising factor to me. I was just watching a video of somebody saying they didn't trust white people, and then you have white people getting offended saying, why would you say that? Why don't you trust white people? Blah, blah, blah. Why would you say that? Blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. First of all, it pisses me off when people say, forget about slavery, it was in the past. Forget about this, it was in the past. One, it can never be forgotten, especially considering the fact of how it's affected generations after that era and period of time. That's number one. Number two, the reason why black people can't trust white people is because of the behavior that they're displaying. And I, too, am one of those people who think that way, that white people can't be trusted. Now, when I say that, what I'm saying is, will I treat you any different from how I would treat anyone that I meet and encounter with? First, no, because you're a human being, so I'm going to treat you as such. But in the back of my mind, I'm always going to wonder, especially with you being white, like, what's your agenda? Who are you? Are you really, you know what I'm saying? Are you racist? Because that's one of the things that is unfortunate with all the issues that are going on in this country, honestly, in this world. As a black person with the history of this country, you can't help but to think, as a black person who has seen and viewed and seen racism and how it's played in this country, you as a black person, knowing all that you know, it's nothing wrong with it within the back of your mind questioning if this person is truly, you know what I'm saying, if they're not racist or not. You can't get mad at someone for feeling that way or having that sort of ideology when it comes to white people. Now, I'm not saying all white people are racist. That isn't what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, you can't get mad at people for genuinely not knowing if white people can be trusted automatically, especially considering with everything, especially with considering what all that is happening in the world. You can't be mad at people for that. You just can't be. Like, seriously. You cannot be mad at someone for that. And like I said, and I'll say it again, that all that is going on, and I've been watching, when I tell you, and I've said this before, politics should never be this interesting. Y'all remember the times back in 2015, back when Obama was president. You remember the times where we never even had to worry about or had to check in every day with what was going on in the White House and stuff like that because it was boring? Do you remember that time? Do you remember that time when we never had to constantly watch news feeds on about the presidents or what they're doing, because we knew that they were doing what they needed to do because that was their job. They knew how to run the country, basically. You remember that time? Now we're in a time where, and I don't care what anybody says about Biden and Kamala, when they were in the office. Now I don't know about y'all, but when they were sworn in, yeah, I saw the inauguration. It was beautiful, history making. Yes, historic. But after that, I ain't hear from them or see any of them at all because they were busy doing their jobs and not doing stuff to mess things up. But people like to, which doesn't surprise me, especially with MAGA, because it's not even Republicans now, it's just MAGA. Especially with what is going on with MAGA. Of course, they're going to spin it and try to make it seem like it's this and that. And unfortunately, like they always say, history can only tell itself because that's the only thing that will speak truth, because it won't come out of the Republicans. Well, with this version of Republicans, MAGA, it won't come out of their mouths because all they know how to do is lie. Talking about I'm going to be able to raise the prices of groceries and stuff down in 24 hours. The eggs is going up. They're not supposed to be going up, they're supposed to be going down. But that's what you said. All they do is lie, and it's sad because they're people fall for it every time. And what it cracks me up is the blind loyalty. You're loyal to a man who is disrespectful and blatantly racist, disgustingly talks about women in a sexual way that is very weird and creepy. Talking about he's going to grab a woman by their genital. Who says something like that? Who does that? Who does that? Like, who does that? That's disgusting. And it's sad and it's despicable. But that's the type of man that you wanted to run this country. You wanted a felon to run because you were scared to let a black woman lead, which is honestly sad. And then you had enough talking about something. It's not about racist, or it's not about racism. We put Obama in the White House. Are you serious? I hate when people use that comparison. Talking about something, they put Obama in the White House. Let's be for real. Just because you elected one black president, that doesn't make you not racist. Don't do that. Do not do that. That's not how it works. That's like me saying, or that's like if I was white and I had made an accidental comment that was racist, and then me following it up and say, oh no, but I have many black friends. What? Are you serious? Come on. Come on. Let's we're not gonna play that. Just because you voted for a black person doesn't mean that you're not racist. That doesn't imply that. And in this case, people are racist and misogynistic, which doesn't surprise me at all. But it did, because I don't even want to say I thought that people changed, but I thought people realized what was really at stake. And y'all still chose to be misogynistic and racist on top of it. And now because of it, people are going to have to suffer since he's putting freaking tariffs on Colombia. I usually don't even make bonus episodes like this in this show. I usually just let the episodes just flow out. But I see I have to be making bonus episodes in between breaks because it's too much going on. And majority of the episodes are pre-recorded. So it's like now I'm going to have to make bonus episodes like within breaks. And so yeah, it's too much going on. It's too much. It's insane. I mean, this man, he's about revenge. And he's made that very clear that he was going to come after any and everybody who has been against him. What type of president does that? That is not your job, to use the role as president to come after people who wasn't aligned with you. That's a waste of the presidency. That's not what it's supposed to be for. It's supposed to be for the people. And the last time I checked, the person who was for the people was Kamala Harris. Whether you like it or not, Y'all talking about something, she's the devil, she's this and that. First of all, let's get something straight. When she was at that rally, because y'all keep talking about that rally, when she was at that rally and they were saying Jesus is king, God is Lord, and they was yelling and screaming and interrupting her while she was speaking at the rally, yes, she asked them to leave, not because they were Christians, but because they were disrespecting her and interrupting her while she was speaking. Now, don't get me wrong, if you yelled that, I would agree. Yeah, God is king. Jesus is Lord. Yes, he is. But at the same time, you're not going to consistently keep interrupting me while I'm trying to make points at a rap. That's like, what? And it's not even surprising that they tried to switch the narrative on that too. That didn't even surprise me at all. It tried to make it seem like the woman did. Like, come on now. Come on now. Please. The only person who you should be questioning in terms of being a Christian is Trump, because who didn't put their hand on the Bible at the inauguration? It was Trump. And you got the nerve to try to lie on this woman and say, like, y'all crack me up. She had a plan, but what did Trump have? Concepts of one. I can't. And the thing is, Trump could obliterate this whole country, and MAGA was still defending, which shows how sickening they all are. How could you pardon all those people who destroyed the Capitol? I mean, and it's on the footage is on camera of them breaking the windows and them having to hide from them because of the damage that they were causing. And talking about why was the security like that? Well, maybe because they didn't expect a mob to attack the Capitol like they did. I mean, there's a difference between protesting and doing what they did on January 6th. I mean, I would never forget that. And I could only imagine what they would have tried to have done if she would have won. I can't even imagine what they would have done. But it just goes to show you how small-minded and immature MAGA is. And the sad thing is, they think it's a joke, and they think it's funny, and they think it's a game, and it's not. Talking about something, they need to reunite with their families. No, they need to reunite with God in the spirit realm. That's what they need to go, because being on this planet ain't for them. All this hatred can go where their ancestors are at, in the ground. Because there's no, it's too much going on. And it's like, especially us as Gen Z, you know, we've always been taught about like the past and stuff like this. But like actually having to get ready to relive what we didn't have to live through because we weren't alive, that's very concerning. And who wants to go through that? Because I sure don't. Who wants to have to do all this marching all over again? Because I sure don't. And then Republicans are so disrespectful, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, MAGA is so disrespectful. You talk about something. Why didn't Martin Luther King show up at his own day? Hello, you. Okay, we're back. Sorry. Like I said, I've been making this in segments, so I've been like recording this episode in like on different days. But yeah, they had the nerve to sit there and and it's supposed to show you how stupid the Republicans are and how much they take things as a joke. And then they got the nerve to bring up the fact that Martin Luther King was messing with white women. What does that got to do with me? What does that got to do with him having to fight for civil rights that should have never had to be fought for? Because it should have been common decency. It should have been human. When back then people were fighting for the right to be free, when that shouldn't even have to be fought for, when everybody are literally humans. So what does that have to do with anything? Who cares who this man slept with? I don't care. It don't got nothing to do with me. Obviously, it's, on the moral side of things, yeah, it's wrong. But that doesn't have nothing to do with him still fighting for something that should have never had to be fought for. When it should have been common decency, when everybody were, and still is and are humans. Come on now. That's just what we not finna do. We not finna play that game. Oh no, we not finna do that. Play that game with somebody else. Because that's just straight up stupidity. Out of all these things This man is fighting for. Y'all got the nerve to try to talk about his sex life. That don't got nothing to do with what was being fought for at the time. And the fact that they had the nerve to joke and say, why didn't he show up to his day? But at this point, I think this is really a joke, and it's sad. But you know what? Kamala warned. Kamala warned everyone about this. She warned everybody. And what did y'all choose to do? She tried to warn all of y'all, and y'all just ain't listen. Y'all just did not listen. But guess what? Like I said, this is what y'all get. This is what y'all get for taking voting as a joke. Because y'all thought a black woman wasn't able or qualified enough to be president, yet she was literally in every branch of government. And y'all got the nerve to say that she's not qualified? Y'all got the nerve to literally compare this woman to a convicted felon? That's how I know this country has not only lost the plot, but it's just straight out dumb, stupid, and slow. But it doesn't surprise me. Obviously, with the misogyny that goes on in this country, with the racism, it doesn't surprise me at all. Everything that Kamala said this man was gonna do, he doing it. And I know she's sitting back and just laughing because it all could have been prevented if you would have just made her president. None of this would be happening. None of this mess and drama wouldn't have happened if you would have just made her president. It's sad. It's just it's sad. It really is sad. But that's okay because, like I said, this everything that Trump is doing is what, and it's not even funny because it's very concerning because obviously everybody is going to be affected by this. But at the same time, unfortunately, this is what the what y'all deserve, and it is sad that innocent people have to suffer for this because y'all don't understand how it's very clear to me that y'all don't understand how immigration works. I really feel like I don't understand how it works because anybody with common sense would know that there is no system set in place to identify legals and illegals, which means innocent people will be getting right along with them. But y'all don't even care, so it doesn't surprise me. And like I said, it is unfortunate that innocent people have to suffer because of this, but at the end of the day, this country gonna have to learn the hard way, I think. And with the Democrats got to work on their messaging. It's insane to me how it's literally just two Democrats from what I can see: Jasmine Crockett and AOC. That's it. Those are the only two Democrats I see, which is insane because they so scared to go against Trump instead of opening their mouths and doing something. They scared to go against Trump, so they just there. All I see is Jackson, and it shouldn't just be them too. It should be more of them speaking out. It's sad. It really is. Democrats need to work on their messaging, especially when it comes to shooting down the misinformation, because that's another thing that ran rampant in this election was misinformation and dishonesty. He said he was going to bring the prices down. They going up. A lot of misinformation, a lot of lies. And then you got JD Vance acting straight up stupid, which isn't surprising at all. I mean, that doesn't surprise me not one least bit how stupid he is. It just gets worse every single day. All thanks to MAGA. If you have anyone to blame, blame them. Blame them as well. And then I just watched a video because I most definitely still believe that election interference was in play with this election. I most definitely still believe that. I was watching a video with with this election journalist who said that there was over 4.66 million votes, legal votes, that were found uncounted, that not only would have guaranteed her the popular vote, but would have also gotten her the 286 votes, 286 electoral votes for the Electoral College, which determines the presidency, would have guaranteed her the 286 Electoral College votes that would have guaranteed her to be president. Now, isn't that a coincidence that these were found after the election? Ain't nobody but Trump. Of course, he couldn't cheat before because, one, the votes, there was no possible way to out. You know what I'm saying? It was no possible way to to try to defeat Biden. He got over 80 something million. But Trump interfered with this election. I don't care what anyone says. When I saw that video, it didn't surprise me because, one, when I saw, and he also said it was for Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, and I forgot the other ones. I forgot the other ones. But when I saw that, I was like, the thing is, it didn't surprise me because, like I said, to this day, the swing states results. Come on now, the swing states start results did not make sense. The math was not mathing at all for those swing states. It was not adding up. So that didn't surprise me when I saw that. And like I said, he interfered again. There's one thing he's good at is cheating. I mean, look at what he's done to his previous wives. He cheated on them. So if it's one thing he's good at, it's definitely cheating. Um, and like I said, I don't care what anybody says about this. He did it. He did it. He cheated. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. And it'll come out. Because like I said, those swing states results, they don't add up. The math don't math at all. And when I was watching that video about how that election journalist said 4.66, and that could explain because many people their votes didn't go through. That's another thing. So that didn't surprise me either because many people's votes did not go through, which was another big indicator. But it'll come out. It'll come out. I still have hope for my Madam President because he's definitely not my president. He may be y'all president, but he's not mine. Since they get to be delusional, I get to be delusional too. Even though most likely my but like I said, it'll come out. Because I most definitely believe he he cheated. I most definitely believe that. Now one doubt. Them swing states results do not make no type of sense at all. The math for those swing states is not mathing at all. So I do look forward. I do look forward to the truth coming out whenever it deems to come out. I look forward to it. I look forward to it coming out. Because like I said, that man cheated. So I look forward to it coming out. I don't know when the news gonna come out that he interfered, but it will. So after I watch that video, man, yeah, I was not surprised at all. But I do hope that this is a lesson to the American people that this is not a joke. I do hope y'all learn that this ain't no game. Cause that's what y'all took it for. Y'all took it as a game. And it's not that. And so hopefully now y'all know. But this is gonna be one this gonna be man, this is gonna be one sad man. This is gonna be one sad 4 years, man. But I don't know. I have a feeling that it definitely won't let the way things are going and the way things are moving. But yeah, let this be a lesson to the American people. I hope y'all have enough common sense now about this man because it's sad that people have blind, stupid loyalty. And then the White House, the new White House reporting lady, got her to talk about some reporting the truth. They always trying to throw jabs at the last administration when they will always, and I don't care what anybody says, the last administration will always be better than them. And they want to try to throw jabs at the last administration. Like, man, bye. I can't. I can't with the American people. May this be a lesson to the American people about what happens when you put a psycho in the office and his psycho friends in there too. Because, baby, it gets worse every single day. And I mean every single day. But yeah, thank you all for listening in. I'm going to continue possibly doing more bonus episodes because there's going to be a lot going on in this country. Make sure you get your new merch. I hope you enjoyed the new look of the podcast. You know, I think that after the Amazing World of Gumball, I had to watch some kid shows to help me just drown out everything that's going on in the world right now. But I do hope you enjoy the content, and I do hope you enjoy the new look of the website. If you want to go get your merch, just go to the website dgp.biz or even disneyguide.com. I have two domains now. That's dgp.bizbiz or disneyguide.com. I was thinking about changing the domain name, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stick with that one forever, with those two forever. But yeah, thank you all for listening in. And I hope you enjoy this bonus episode. Like I said, there most definitely will be more with what's happening, in this quote unquote land of the free country. But yeah, thank you all for listening in. And bye-bye. And just want to say I love you, Madam President. Love you. I love you so much. Girl, you warned us. And even though I knew what you were saying was the truth and I voted for you, I know that you will always be my Madam President, because I don't care who that clown, orange clown is, or what he's doing at this point. You are my Madam President. I don't care what nobody say. And I thank you and I appreciate you. And yeah, bye-bye, y'all.